in Texas. Welcome, welcome. David's feeling the thunder. 6 p.m. in Europe. Good evening over in Europe.
Dreaming about being a big star. Say you're easy, you're always riding in the backseat.
Who do you think you are? Dreaming like a big star. You know what? Good morning. Hello. I like that. Gotta love it when kids come out of nowhere. Look, when you have 6 kids, they come from all different angles, so you just gotta roll with it. So listen, I am so excited to be here as your host this morning. I love that song because we are definitely feeling the fire, aren't we, world changers? We're feeling the fire right now. We're feeling the thunder right now. We have got so much excitement going on. Of course, the pre-release of the new Hilo LX Plus for those that are current members that are here in the company. Hey, listen, if you've ordered your Hilo LX Plus, not Pro, I got to get it right, Hilo LX Plus, then give me a high five in the comments section below. I've started to see all kinds of member perks, hashtag member perks out there. If you haven't done so yet, make sure that you log in and you take advantage of those promotions, you guys. You take advantage of getting your hands on that Hilo LX Plus first before the public gets it. So get those pre-orders in. I want to welcome everybody here today. With that, we are going to go ahead and jump right into this training this morning. Again, I'm going to encourage everyone to grab a pen and paper, find a quiet spot here over the next 45 to 60 minutes, because we are going to open up a fire hose, and we are going to teach you exactly what you need to do to be successful in this business. So with that, let me go ahead and share the screen. Let's jump right in this morning and start with our, what are we starting with? You guys know what we're starting with here. Hang on one second. We're starting with our income disclosure. Here we go.
Practicality dictates that everyone's results will vary, as we are all unique and different. Basically, it takes hard work to make a substantial income in this business. Some people will make no money at all. The earnings of a World Global Network partner will be 100% dependent upon their skills, work effort, commitment, leadership capabilities, and also market conditions. Common sense would suggest that in most opportunities, one would find exceptional individuals performing well above average, while others perform under the average. World Global Network does not guarantee any level of income or your success. The average participant in World Global Network earns less than $500 per year. This does not account for any business expenses that one might incur while building the business. To see our full income disclosure, please visit our website at www.worldgn.com.
You know, I love that we are setting the standard in the industry with this income disclaimer. You know, there's so much hype out there in the industry right now. There's so many people that are out there that are promoting quick and easy money. Get in now. This is so easy. Guess what? It requires hard work, smart work, dedication, and commitment and perseverance if you want to be successful in network marketing. And I love that we set that expectation right from the very beginning. Do you want to know the number one reason why people leave network marketing? You want to know the number one reason? There's a lot of different reasons, right? It could be poor leadership. You know, it could be all kinds of different things. But the number one reason is people setting false expectations. That's the number one reason people leave network marketing. We see it all over social media right now. You know, people are out there just saying, oh, easy money, quick money. Let me tell you something. There's no such thing as easy money. It requires hard work. But I will promise you this. It's not easy, but it's worth it. It's so worth it to put yourself into a position where you are now on a path to be able to declare your financial freedom day. I want you to write those 3 words down. Financial freedom day. Let me tell you what that is. That's the day that you no longer have to trade time for dollars. You can do the things that you want to do rather than the things that you have to do. And I can promise you that it's worth it. Would it be worth it if it took you 3 years? Would it be worth it if it took you 4 years? You know, most people go to college for 4 years, pay tens of thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars, and when they get finished, that's then when they have to go start looking for a job. So what if we could put you into a position within the next 2, 3, 4 years where you are able to do all of the things that you want to do, enjoy that time with your family, to be able to live life on your own terms, to own your own lifestyle. That's what we're talking about. But we're setting the example up front as a company, and I love that. I want to talk about protecting the house for just a moment. One of the most important things that you can do as a world changer is make sure that you're compliant, that you are respecting the policies and procedures of the company. Why is this important to protect the house? Because guys, this is our baby. This is our baby. This is, we are all working extremely hard to create the culture and the community. Let me tell you something, when culture and community align, that's when momentum occurs. But it's so critical that each and every one of us are on the same page here. And so if you are brand new, we encourage you to log into your back office. I know that it's not the most exciting thing to do. I know that you're excited you want to go out and start sharing that 2-minute video with everybody. But take the time just to learn what you can and cannot say about this particular product. You can't go out and start telling people that this is going to save their lives. You can't go out and start telling people that this is going to cure them of, any type of illness or disease or those type of things. And so you can't go out and guarantee income. You can't go out and make income claims. In fact, everything that you post online, when it comes to really anything that has to do with the business, you should be making sure that income disclosure is right there in your post with every single time that you put it up. So just take the time to go through this training. It's a fantastic training. I love that our company has done this. I've been involved in a lot of companies that don't take this seriously. And that puts every one of us at a risk. And just know that if you go out there and you start exaggerating, hyping things up a little bit, if you haven't taken the time to really understand what you can and can't say about this product, you're putting all of our businesses at risk. And so we need everyone to protect the house. Cool? So if you're with me on this, give me a little knuckles here on Facebook, or give me a little knuckles up here on the Zoom. I just want to make sure that everyone understands the importance of this. I love that we are a publicly traded company. I love that the consumer market has accepted the helo. We are a publicly traded company. Why is that so important, and why is that just awesome? Real simple. Because the numbers are the numbers. We can't hype the numbers. And I know Dave knows exactly what I'm talking about. If you've been in the industry for a while, you start to learn that sometimes company owners and even sometimes distributors, they subscribe to what I call fuzzy math. Fuzzy math, right? They tend to exaggerate things just a little bit. And so what I love about being a publicly traded company is the numbers, guys. They are the numbers, period. If you take a look at what's happening with our company, we launched in January of 2016 at 8 cents per share. I really wish that I would have got in on that at 8 cents a share. Now, in January of 2017, over $18 a share. Of course, we're now trading at approximately $20 per share. So this is very indicative of what's happening here within World Global Network, and of course, this wonderful industry that we are a part of, this $1 trillion social selling industry. I love this saying, from brick and mortar to click and order. I love that. From brick and mortar to click and order. I've owned a number of different traditional brick and mortar businesses. The first one that I owned was a health club chain, and we owned a number of different health clubs. And I can tell you that the overhead was completely overwhelming. I remember just thinking, gosh, payroll's due again. And then as soon as payroll was done, I had to come up with the rent and the insurance and the electric and all of these things. And what a wonderful opportunity that this is to be able to know that I don't have to worry about going and developing the products or designing the website or maintaining the back office or trying to come up with all of these different promotions and products and compensation plans and all of these things. It's literally done for us. I've ventured back into traditional business several times since I've been into network marketing. And every time that I do, I find myself going, why did I do this? Why did I do this? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with traditional business ownership, but what I will tell you is network marketing is just better. Hands down. Hands down, you don't have to deal with the same type of overhead, stress, pressure, all of those things. So again, I love the fact also that this particular product, Helo, is priced for the consumer market, not just the network marketing industry. How many times have you guys been involved with companies where you find yourself on the convincing end of the equation, where you're trying to convince people why your protein is $180 for a 15-day serving, when they can go to GNC and buy a similar product for a fraction of the cost. And yet we know that it's to offset the compensation plan, but yet you've got to talk about absorption ratios or how this is going to do, all these different things. When the reality is, if you look at our price point, we are competitively priced in the marketplace, and that is something that is so important. Here's the true litmus. Here's the test. This is a true litmus test in network marketing. Would somebody buy this product if a network marketing opportunity was not attached to it? If you couldn't make money, would you still buy the product? And the answer is unequivocally yes here with this company. You know, the numbers are the numbers, and I absolutely love that we are experiencing extreme growth because I believe that, you know, momentum, as John Maxwell says, is the great exaggerator, right? It amplifies everything. It turns the ordinary into the extraordinary. And one of the things that I love is that when we are all collectively experiencing this success, you know, when Dave Ives' organization is on fire, I benefit from that because when he's on fire, it's contagious. We're in the business of, I want you to write this down, contagious enthusiasm. That's the business that we are truly in, contagious enthusiasm. And when we have so many people winning, right? Leroy and Colette Corsi just went president. You know what? That's amazing. That's fantastic. Why is that so beneficial? Juan Carlos, why is that so great? Why does that help all of us? Because people are winning here. People are winning here at a level that I've never seen before. Guys, I've seen people going from company to company to company to company, searching for that success, and they just, it's eluded them. And then they come into World Global Network. Guys, I have never seen so many people winning before, but that's what creates the momentum and the excitement and the energy and the momentum. Why? Because everybody wants to be a part of a winning company. And that is what is happening here. Another thing that I love is that we have an average earnings chart. A lot of companies shy away from this. You know, they hide these numbers or they don't publish these numbers at all. You know, I believe that transparency is the key. That's the true key here in network marketing to being ethical. And I love that we put this out there for the world to see. If you were to go to your website, you can actually see this on the bottom of your website. But I want to just go through some of these numbers with you. So one of the most important numbers is that we currently have 63% customers and 36% business builders. Now, why is that important? Again, because the FTC wants to see that you have a legitimate customer base, that we're not just focusing on building the business. Are we attracting customers to the organization? We absolutely are. And again, not many companies can prove that. Not many companies, hang on a second, I gotta move I gotta move this one little, change my view here. I'm blocking, there we go. All right. So again, we have a real consumer product that people actually want to buy, and that's something that is so important. We are a product-driven opportunity, hands down. Now, if you take a look at the actual ranks in this company, the lowest rank in our company is silver. To reach the rank of silver, you have to have 100 in sales volume on the lesser leg, which is equivalent to 1 Hilo bundle sale in most countries. Now, if you look at the average earnings of a silver in our company, the average earnings are $41.49 per week. You multiply that times 52 weeks, and we're talking about $2,157.48 annually. That's the average earnings of a silver in 1 year. Now, let's put this into perspective for a moment. If the initial cost of a family pack or a premium pack, you're putting yourself into a position where you're already 100% profitable. And if you look at our loyalty membership is what drives the residual aspects of the business. Real quickly, if you came into World Global Network, just know that when you signed up for your family pack or your premium pack, it does not automatically put you on your loyalty membership. You actually have to log back in and set yourself up for that loyalty membership. So if you haven't done that, you definitely want to do that. There are so many different perks of being a loyalty member. So the loyalty membership is $59 per month. It's where our residual income comes from. Well, the average silver is earning $165 per month. So you're looking at, again, an ROI for a simple initial investment and your monthly basis. And these are the real numbers, guys. You don't see these kind of earnings or these kind of averages in other companies that are out there. So the question is, how are they achieving this success? And that's really what we're going to dive into here today. We're going to be talking about the 5-5-7 system. So let's jump right in. We're going to talk about 5 different steps that you need to take to hit the kind of success that you're looking for. We're going to talk about the 5 different ranks that you're looking to focus on, and we're going to be talking about the 7 different activities, the 5-5-7 system. All right, so let's jump right in. So step number 1, which most of you probably already have done, is to start your business by purchasing a family or a premium pack. You know, most people don't realize that if you are a W-2 employee, right, meaning you get a W-2 at the end of every year, from a wealth building perspective, you are in the most expensive bracket that you could be in and the worst possible scenario that you could be in for wealth building. Why? because you are paying the most taxes. Somebody once said to me that if you are a W-2 employee, it's like driving down the window and just throwing taxes or throwing money out the window. And that's the scenario here. So literally, when you purchase a family or a premium pack, immediately you put yourself into a position where you move over into the self-employed status. And for those that are, especially here in North America, there's some significant benefits to that as well. I know in some countries around the world. So again, step number one is to simply start your business. We always teach starting on a family pack or a premium pack. Why? Because it's necessary to have the product inventory that you need to be successful, right? When I came in, I started with a premium pack. There were no questions. Why did I do that? Very simple. Because number one, I want to lead by example. People do what they see, not what they're told. The question that will come up often is, what did you do? What did you do when you got started in the business? And so I would ask each and every one of you, what do you want to see duplicated in your organization? That's first and foremost. Number two, I knew that I needed some product, not just for myself, but for my wife, for my children. I have people that I love, grandma, grandpa, people that I want wearing this device. And it's a fantastic marketing. When I have my children wearing these and they go to school, I literally have teachers that are asking questions about them. So I wanted those products on people. And number three, I run an exchange program in my business. And let me explain exactly how that works. When somebody signs up in my business, I don't want them to wait for 2 or 3 weeks to get their product in the mail. I want them to have that device on their wrist tomorrow wearing it to work. And so I give them a box set. And then, of course, when they get their product in the mail a week or two later, they give me a box set back. So at any given time, as a business owner, I've got 4, 5, 6 different helos out and running an exchange program. So it's very clear. I run this as a business. I don't treat this as a hobby. This is not something that I'm dabbling with. I came in the door from the very beginning and made the decision to start on a business pack or a premium pack. So from there, once you've done that, the second step is to go become a team builder within 48 hours. Listen, we don't call our friends and family members and try to sell them helos. It's not what we do. We don't call our friends and family members, believe it or not, and try to convince them to join our business. That's not what we do. Of course, those are the results that we would like to see happen as a result of the process that we take someone through. But I'm going to make every single one of you a promise right here today. That promise is that you will never have to make a names list and call those people and try to directly sell them a product or try to directly convince them to join your business. I'm going to show you a simple system today that we use that takes someone through a process that it's an educating and an informing process. Our job, just so you understand, I want you to write these words down. Know your role. Your role, very simply, is to make sure that you give people enough information to make a well-informed decision. That's it. That's our entire role. And I promise each and every one of you, I want you to give me a little prayer sign in the comments section if you know someone that's going to go to bed tonight saying a prayer asking for financial solutions. The reality is each and every one of us knows way more than 2 people. Here's the truth. No matter... Everyone is looking for one of 3 things. They're either looking for more time in their life to be able to do the things that they want to do rather than the things they have to do. They're looking for better health, longevity to their life, better quality of life, and they're looking for ways to create additional income. So you don't have to look very far. So we're going to go help you find 2 people utilizing our system. Okay? And I promise you, every one of you knows 2 people that you can call and say, listen, I've got something. We're doing this together. Look, I'm telling you right now, I've got something that you need to take a closer look at. If there was a $34 billion emerging market that was happening over the next 36 months, and there was a way that you and I could capitalize on that trend, would you want to know about it? Every one of you has the ability to be able to go out and get 2 people. So the goal is to become a team builder within the first 48 hours. Why success loves speed? One of the secrets to success in network marketing is to give somebody a small victory within the first week that they get started. We know that if we have someone who goes out and starts taking action immediately and following our system, and they go out and get those 2 people, I call it concreting them in, because once they go and do that, what happens? Well, let's think about it. First of all, your confidence goes up, right? Once your confidence goes up, you start to be a little bit more consistent with the business. Your confidence goes up from that point forward. You get excited and you go out and start sharing this with everybody that you know. So the key is to take immediate action. So that's step number 2. And step number 3 is from there, we're going to teach those 2 people how to go do the exact same thing and become a team developer within 7 days, which, by the way, puts you into a position where you earn 3 team developer pool shares. You know, guys, I've never seen before a company that puts out so much money on the front end of a compensation plan. You know, to be able to go out, just to give you an idea of what those shares were earning, I think they were at approximately $280 per share here just the other day. So think about that. From that perspective, if we were to close out this pool, you know, and you earn 3 shares in that pool, you're looking at approximately, you know, $840 bonus by going out and sponsoring 2 people into the business and helping them get 2. That doesn't account for the $270 that you're going to earn in the first order bonus. It doesn't account for, you know, the additional $300 that you're going to earn in the first order or the team commissions. Guys, we're talking about putting yourself into a situation where you can go out and literally earn $1,200 to $1,500 in earnings within the first 7 days that you get started in this business by simply sponsoring 2 people. You know, what does that do? It puts you into a position where you initially get 100% of your investment back when you first get started within the first 7 days. Within the first 7 days. So literally, if I'm brand new, I've got one focus. It's to go find 2 people to lock arms with me, and all 3 of us are committed to getting 2 people and getting that done literally within the first 7 days, okay? So this is step number 3. And then, of course, step number 4 is within your first month to sponsor 4 people on the left and 4 people on the right. At this point, you will have sponsored 10 people into your organization. The 2 people initially that you sponsored, you helped them go and get 2, and you went out and you sponsored 4 more on each side. And then, of course, from there, step number 5 is to help those people become team developers within the first 2 months that you get involved in the business. By doing this, guys, you become, you know, the goal is to hit team developer and then to become a team developer factory. And, of course, by doing that, it puts you into a position where you earn up to 30 shares in the bonus pool. 30 shares. $280 a share, guys. You do the math and you get an idea of the type of income that is available just by following this system. And it also puts you in a position where you've now hit the rank of diamond within your second month. A qualified diamond in this compensation plan earns a minimum of $2,000 per week. How many of you would love to have an extra $2,000 per week coming in within the first 60 days that you get started in this business? It's absolutely possible if you follow these 5 steps to success. So again, to recap, the initial goal right out of the gate, first 48, 72 hours, go get those 2 people. Go get those 2 people right away. Now, let me tell you how I did that. You know, I always teach, and I will not work with somebody if they do not have a names list. Their first step is to establish a names list. I'm not talking about the people that you think will do this business or the people that you think wouldn't do this business. I'm talking about just names. The objective is just get the names out of your head. You know, when my sponsor, Mr. Mike Sims, presidential millionaire, reached out to me initially and told me about this opportunity, he warned me up front. He says, Travis, I'm going to warn you up front that this will give you a permanent case of insomnia if you continue to look at this. And I remember thinking, you know, it's all about building value during the invitation process. And I remember thinking when he said that, all right, you know, created a little bit more curiosity. And so from that point, I started to evaluate the opportunity. Now, why do I tell you that? Because I woke up after some time of a few days of looking at this at about 4 o'clock in the morning, and I couldn't sleep in the morning. I'm laying in bed and I'm just thinking about this helo. And I'm thinking about, man, you know what? The network marketing industry has been starving for a new story. They've been talking about the same weight loss and the same eye cream and the same vitamins and same energy drinks for I don't know how long now, right? I don't know how it's possible, but everybody in the world has the best weight loss product in the world these days. And I'm not saying that there aren't some great products out there. I love the network marketing space, but let's face it, you know what? It has become somewhat of a red ocean. What's a red ocean? Well, if you've never read the book Blue Ocean before, let me tell you a little bit about it. So in this book, Blue Ocean Strategy, they talk about 2 different marketing environments. They talk about, first of all, a red ocean, which is a fiercely competitive market. Everyone is fighting over the same market share. It creates a very cutthroat environment, or otherwise known as bloody murky waters or a red ocean, right? And then you have a blue ocean, which is there's no competition because you've completely changed the game. You are the category creator. And what I see Or when I'm laying in bed that night, as I'm sitting here thinking this is a complete blue ocean. There is nothing else out there in the industry like this. No one is telling the story, not just in the network marketing space, but in the world. So this is going through my head. I finally have to get up. I grab a marker just like this, and I go and I take a poster board sheet of paper, and I tape it to my kitchen window. And I'm standing there, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I just start writing names down. I pull out my phone, and I start with A, and I'm just like, okay, Aaron, you're getting a call from me. All right, Adam, you're getting a call from me. And then I go to B. It's like, okay, Bob, you're getting a call from me. And I literally, what was I doing? I was just getting those names down on paper. And from there, once I was done with that, I got on social media. My wife comes out at 5 o'clock. She's like, what in the world are you doing? And I'm like, I'm putting together a names list. And she's like, oh, man, you're in, aren't you? And I'm like, look, I am 100% in. And that's how we got started. So I literally got every single name out of my head down on paper. And then what I did is I initially narrowed it down to my top 50. My top 50, let me tell you the criteria to be in my top 50. So first of all, the number one criteria is that they had to be an influencer. Why? Because there's a secret to success in network marketing that says that if you go after influential people with credibility, your business will grow a little bit faster. Why? Because with credibility, you have solvency. Without it, you're bankrupt. And so I wanted to go after people that were credible and influential. Doesn't mean that I wasn't going to go share this with everybody, but initially when I was launching my business, I wanted to go after the movers and shakers. Okay. Number two, sometimes in network marketing, we tend to think of the brokest person that we know. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with wanting to help people, right? And we certainly are going to present this opportunity to everyone. But I say this respectfully, sometimes there's a reason why some people are broke. And we tend to want to go to the brokest person that we know about the opportunity first. For me, I went to the most influential people that I know. The second criteria to be on my list is I wanted to go to the people that I love and care about most. Why? Very simple. Because if I believe that this is an opportunity that has the ability to be able to not only change my family's life, why would I not want to share it with everyone else that I care about? For those of you that are saying, well, I don't want to talk to my family. I don't want to talk to my friends. I don't want them to know. Then you have a belief issue. You have a belief issue, and we need to work on that. Because if you truly believed that this was the opportunity that was going to take you from where you are to where it is that you want to go in life, if you truly believed in this opportunity, wouldn't you want everyone else to know about it as well? The last thing that you want is somebody to call you a year from now and say, why in the world, Dave, did you not call me when this opportunity was first launching? Dave, why didn't you call me? I want to know, right? That's the key. Why would you want anyone to do that? So for me, it was the most influential people that I know and the people that I love and care about most. And then from there, guys, I went and I started sharing. I started sharing that 2-minute video. And I promise you that if you follow that same process, you'll find those two very simple. From there, we just teach those two people how to do the same thing, and then we continue to duplicate that process, and we continue to load the wagons and put more people in process. So let's recap. Step number 1, start your business properly by purchasing a family pack or a premium pack. Of course, the benefits, you're getting some incredible savings per the helos, but most importantly, you're putting yourself into a position to succeed right from the very beginning. You're setting the right example. And of course, it's also a great way to get the attention of your leaders and mentors, right? When I came into the business, I wanted Ramasio Fulcher's time. I wanted Chad and Tita Chong's time. I wanted Mike Sims' time. So what's the best way for me to do that? Is it to say, well, I'm going to start off at the least possible way to get started in the business? No, absolutely not. I wanted them to know that I was serious right from the very beginning. I've never met somebody that did the least amount to come into a business that hit the top of a compensation plan. I just haven't. I'm just going to be straight with you guys. Sometimes it's a little bit painful. Sometimes you have to, look, when I first got started in this industry, I was not in a good place, and I borrowed $1,000 to get started in this business. $1,000. And you know what? I was able to pay that back within 2 weeks because you know what? I knew that I had skin in the game. I had skin in the game. And you know what? I wanted it bad enough. When there's a why, there's always a way. I had a mentor once tell me, I said, I can't afford to go to the event. We were talking about the event. He says, listen, how many TVs do you have in your house? I'm like, what does that matter? He's like, how many TVs do you have in your house? I said, I don't know, like 5. And he says, well, let me tell you something. Your TVs are keeping you broke. I says, well, what do you mean? He says, you've got 5 TVs in your house, but you can't afford to go to an event that has the ability to be able to change your life. You ever thought about that before? It kind of stung a little bit. But the truth is how bad do you truly want this, right? It's all about a mentality. It's all about a mentality right from the very beginning. Number 2, become a team builder within 48 hours. You know what? It's one thing to sit on the sidelines and watch everybody play, right? It's like, man, they're having a good time. They're having fun. But you got to take that step. You got to take that step. You know what? I know that it can be uncomfortable, but I will tell you this. We grow the most when we step outside of our comfort levels. And so you got to take that step. Don't just get into the business and watch. Don't just get into the business and think that you got to learn the compensation plan, that you got to see the presentation 5, 6, 7 times before you start talking to people. You got to design your blog and your website. You know what that's doing? That's called procrastination. You know what? The system is already laid out before you. The system is, don't go reinvent the wheel, right? There's people that are here that are earning $12 million per year that created this system. So until you're making $13 million, don't you dare even think about changing anything. Just follow the steps that the leaders have put out before you. The key is taking action. That's it, taking action. It will build your belief instantly if you start to take action. I promise you. You know, your belief is either going up or it's going down. It's never standing still. And the key to growing that belief is to taking action. What happens when we don't take action on something, right? It leads to depression. It leads to self-doubt. It leads to questioning our decisions. But the minute that we take action, what happens? You know what? We start to see results. We start to develop some skills. We start to develop some confidence. We start to develop some competence. We start to, you know what? So you got to take action right away. Success loves speed. Step number 3, become a team developer within 7 days. Grab a hold of those 2 people. Don't just bring them in the business, right? It's not just about bringing people in the door. It's about keeping them in and moving them along. It's about growing leaders rather than maintaining followers. Your job is not done when you brought them in the door. Your job just started. Your job is to lock arms with them and work with them, help them, give them a gentle push, right? Sometimes people need that little gentle nudge just to get started and get into action. They need you to be there with them, to help them through the process, to teach them what to expect, you know, to guide them and instruct them and encourage them along the way. This is so critical. So you're going to help them to become a team developer. And then from there, we're just going to duplicate the process. We're going to keep putting more people in process. You're going to expand on that list. You're going to expand from that top 20 or that top 50 list, and you're going to continue to put people into the process. Guys, here's the numbers. You want to know the numbers? If you're bad at this business, it's 1 in 10. If you're bad at this business, it's 1 in 10. So if I'm going to go get 10 people in my first month, how many people do I need to talk to? 100 people. You go talk to 100 people, you're going to stumble across someone that wants to join your business. You're going to stumble across people that understand the technology trends. You're going to stumble across customers that want this product. It just makes sense. The only way is if you're just not talking to those people, or you're not following the system that we're going to talk about today. And finally, step number 5, of course, is to help those. You're going to go help 5 TDs on your left and 5 TDs on your right do the exact same thing. And now you're setting yourself up for diamond. And I can tell you, once you're a diamond, hey, now we're talking about Punta Cana, Santo Domingo, having a good time, playing volleyball on the beach, making good money, having the kind of success that you get to a position where you're really enjoying life. So this is your 5 steps to success. Now, let's talk about that fast track to team developer. So first of all, you're a world changer, be proud of it. Hey, you're a world changer, be proud of it. You know, now more than ever before in the history of our economy, people are looking for solutions and they have no idea where to turn. Here's the truth. If we continue, if we fail to adapt, if we fail to innovate, we're going to continue to see people struggling and suffering. And that's exactly what's happening right now. The world is changing. And we are world changers. You need to be proud of that. You know, you ever heard the term the golden goose? He had the golden goose, right? Guys, I walk around every day like I've got the golden goose. Like, I'm proud. Like, I got it. Look at what I got over here. Like, look at what I got. Oh, you don't have this? Look at what I got. That's what I'm doing. So what are you doing? Are you cowering or hiding? Are you like one of those secret agent network marketers? Like, you're in network marketing, but you don't want anybody to know. It's like, oh, don't tell anybody I'm a network marketer. No. I have the golden goose. And you know what? Because I know it, because I value it, other people do too. Here's the thing. If you don't value what you have, if you truly don't know that you have the golden goose, then other people won't either. It's just like if you don't value your time, other people won't. If you don't value what you bring to the table, other people won't. Because you're a world changer. Like, that's something to be extremely proud of. Every dream you have is important to us, and today we're going to show you exactly how to make your dreams come true. Starts off with your why. You got to have some why power. You got to have some why power. Let me tell you a story. So I signed up this gentleman this was years ago. I signed up this gentleman. He was in his 60s. And one of the first things that I do when I bring somebody into the business is I set up a new member orientation where we take some time just to look at the back office, and I take some time to get to know them, right? People don't care what you know until they know that you care, right? For me, it's about my way of connecting with them. I want to know their wife's name. I want to know their children's name. And so we were just talking, and I asked him, I said, so, why did you get involved in this business? He says, well, I'm looking to make some extra money. I says, yeah, we're all making some extra money. I mean, everyone wants to make some extra money, but what does that mean to you? He says, well, it'll get us back into a good position again. I says, well, what does that mean? He says, well, we did everything right. I worked for 30, 40 years. I saved the money the way I was supposed to save. I invested conservatively, and we were able to retire. And we were able to build that home that we've always wanted. It was a dream home. It wasn't a mansion, but it was a beautiful home. It was on 1 acre, had a wraparound porch. It was what we always dreamed of on our retirement. I says, yeah. He says, so I says, well, what happened? He says, well, and this is back right after the downturn in the economy. He says, well, we lost everything when the market and the economy collapsed. He says, we made some poor decisions, and I lost everything. I was pretty much focused on real estate, and all my investments were tied to real estate as well, because I was always taught that it was the safest investment. So because of that, we lost everything. He says, it pains me to even share this, but I'm now on medical disability. I can't go back to work. My wife taught for 30 years, she was a teacher. My wife has now had to go back to work in her late 60s to teach, and we lost our home, and we're now living in an apartment. And he said, I'm doing this because I want to get our house back. He says, I may not be able to ever get that same house back, but I want to retire my wife. I want to bring her home, and I want to put her back into the retirement that she deserves. It gives me the chills just even telling you that story. Your why should make you cry. Guys, your why should make you cry. Beach Money. If you've ever read the book Beach Money, a good friend of mine, Jordan Adler, wrote this book, and it's a fantastic book. And he goes and talks about how he had struggled. He was in like 9 different companies, never sponsored anybody. Hilarious story. And he's just really at the end, credit cards are maxed out, and he went away and he grabbed a journal and he just sat under a tree and he just started writing out his why. And he wrote it out more vivid than he had ever written it out before. He spent, literally hours, he said, just writing and writing and writing. And then he went back to the hotel and he started writing some more. And if I'm correct, my memory serves me right, he was in the Grand Canyon area. And he said he just wrote out pages of why he wanted to do this business. Where did he want to go? How would that make a difference in his life? All of these things. And he said, when I did it, it was the first time that it really became real for me. It's interesting because you wouldn't wake up in the morning and grab your car keys and just start driving without knowing where you're headed, but that's how most people live their lives. There's a story of a guy, of a guru, a mentor who comes out with a bow and arrow, and he's got his blindfold on, and he comes out, and all of his students are there watching him, and they're like, whoa, what's this guy about to do? And, he's got this bow and arrow, and he comes out blindfolded, and he pulls the arrow back, and everyone's like holding their breath, just waiting to see what he's about to do. And he fires the arrow and doesn't come anywhere near the target. And the kids are like looking at each other, and he pulls his blindfold up and he says, so do you understand what I'm teaching you? And they said, well, you missed the target. I don't know if you saw, master, but you didn't come anywhere near the target. He says, exactly. He says, if you don't have your eyes fixated on that target at all times, you'll never hit your bullseye. And so, what Jordan did that day was he created the perfect scenario. He got so specific about what he wanted that his self-conscious started to come up with ways to make it happen, right? The subconscious went to work, and they started to come up with solutions of how it was going to make it happen. And you know what? He's one of the top earners now in network marketing today. So you've got to get real clear, guys. I'm not just talking about, I'd like to make a little bit of extra money. So would everybody else. I'd like to have a nicer house. So would everybody else. I'm talking about deep down, your burning white hot desire. Because I can promise you, Mama said there'd be good days and bad days. I can promise you there's going to be some bad days in network marketing. There's going to be some tough days where you're going to feel like quitting. It's your why that's going to pull you through that. So I know I'm spending a little bit of time here, but I'm telling you that it's your why that will pull you through those difficult times. And so you've got to get very clear on what that why looks like. Team developer is the foundation of our 5-5-7 system. You've got to learn the foundation for long-term success. I've seen a lot of network marketers that come into this business that have skill sets, salesmanship skill sets, where they just bring a ton of people in, and they've got a ton of dead bodies in their wake, right? They don't take the time to give them and teach them the foundation to building this business. Team developer is your foundation. Okay, so we're going to go through 4-step process in recruiting and duplicating to reach team developer fast and to help you to earn those bonus pool shares, especially if you just started in this business, especially this week. You have an opportunity to be able to go and hit those shares. If you didn't knock it out in your first week, that's okay. You still have the first month. And listen, even if after the first month is done, you still have an opportunity. It's just help people go team developer. So building fast, let me tell you something. Building fast is much easier, and it's way more fun. And we're going to learn exactly how to use team developer to go diamond, and learn exactly what to text and what to say during the follow-up process. So let's get right into it. So first of all, you enroll 2 people. The family pack, that equals 500 in sales volume on your left, 500 in sales volume on your right. You are immediately promoted from 10% to 20% of all of your team sales volume from that point forward, your TVC or TCV, was it team volume commissions. So reach team builder by enrolling 1 on the left, 1 on the right, and we're going to show you how to do that within the first 24 hours. What does that do? You make $135 on your left, $135 on your right, $270. From there, we're going to go ahead and teach them how to do the exact same thing. You are now a team developer. Once again, the goal is to do that within the first 7 days. Now, in addition to that $270 in first order bonus, remember, there's now sales volume that's rolling from your organization. Each one of those family packs is worth 500 in sales volume. So now what we've created is 1,500 in sales volume, and you are going to earn 20% of whichever leg's the lesser leg. In this case, they're even, so you're earning another $300. So if you're keeping track, we've already earned now $570 simply by putting 2 in and helping them to get 2. But wait, there's also a team developer bonus that you've earned, right? So you've earned $570 in commissions, plus you've earned a new team developer pool. So again, when you reach your goal of team developer in the first 30 days, guys, how many of you, by show of hands, believe that this is something that anybody can do within the first 30 days? Get 2 and help them to get 2. If they're focused, if they're consistent, if they're committed, raise your hand if you believe that you can go do that. Okay, just 4 of you, 5 of you. Okay, there we go. Now we're starting to get some hands raised. So again, you're going to earn 1 share in the bonus pool. The shares were $280 here just the other day. So $280 was the average share in the bonus pool. So again, if you add that on top of that 570, you can get an idea of where you're at. You're looking at approximately $670, $770, $800, about $850 just if you do that within the first 30 days by just sponsoring 2 people and helping them to get 2. Now, when you reach it in the first 7 days, you'll be awarded with 3 shares, and it gets a little bit more interesting. Again, so now, we're talking about another $560 bonus on top of that $850 that we just talked about. So now we're talking about, we're getting up there. We're starting to get in. You've made 100% of your initial investment back literally by hitting team developer within your first 7 days. So we are inviting you to set a goal to reach team developer in the next 7 days. Listen, if you've been here, you've been in the business, but you haven't truly launched your business, do you realize that 90+% of network marketers, they sign an application, they join a business, they dip their toe in the water, ooh, feels cold, right? A little uncomfortable, but they never launched their business. They've never taken the time to truly launch their business. What do I mean by that? It means that every single person on my names list gets a 2-minute video. What most people do in network marketing is they think of 3, 4, 5 people that are going to be great at this. I just know if I can get Jeff, he'll be awesome. If I could just get Gaz, if I can get Gaz, she's amazing. I know if I can get her into my business, we're good. If I can get Jeremy, I know that we'll be good. So they come up with 3, 4 names, and what do? They go and talk to those people. Typically, they say too much on the front end. Those people form an opinion, but the opinion is not based on all the facts. Why? Because MLM, those 3 initials are the most misunderstood initials in the world. This is the most misunderstood business in the world. So the reality is they're going to be met with an initial skepticism. Right? What you need to know is that we deal with 2 types of people in network marketing, skeptics and cynics. Skeptics, I don't waste my time with. A skeptic is somebody that no matter what you say, they'll never change their opinion, right? They're never going to change their opinion. I could say, listen, man, I've got this wonderful, $34 billion emerging market that's launching right now. If there was a way that you could capitalize on those trends, would you want to know about it? Is it one of those things Is it one of those things where all the people at the top make all the money? Well, no. Pyramid scheme, no, that's illegal. This is a $186 billion a year industry. This now creates more millionaires than any other industry in the world. Just to put that in perspective, the entire music industry and the NFL combined is only like $15 billion. We're talking about an industry that's now got 112 million people globally involved that pays out over $200 million per day to people just like you and me. No. We're not talking about a pyramid scheme. They say, yeah, but the people at the top make all the money, right? Cynics, I don't waste my time with. There's way too many people that are looking for what I'm offering for me to waste my breath trying to convince somebody to do this business. And let me tell you something. If you have to drag them into the business, you'll have to drag them through the business. No. I'm looking for people that are at high noon. I'm looking for people that are hungry. You know what high noon is? It's where somebody is at a point in their life where they're sick and tired of being sick and tired. They're at the point in their life where they realize that what they're doing is not working. They're at a point in their life where they realize that, look, I don't have any money. I'm in my 40s and I still don't have any money in savings. I'm in my 50s and I still don't have any money for retirement. You know what? I'm at a point where I'm 30 years old and I realize that, this corporate gig that they promised me was going to be great ain't so great, because I'm going to work every day to a job that I don't like, fighting traffic and spending all this time at this office away from my family. And man, I'd love to be able to be at home. You know what? I wonder if there's other opportunities that are out there that would allow me to be able to start creating a little bit of extra income for my family. So you know what? So we're not living paycheck to paycheck. So next Christmas comes around and I don't have to figure out how to go get a title loan and figure out how I'm going to buy my Christmas presents. You know what? I don't want to be like this anymore. That's who I'm looking for, you guys. That's what I'm looking for. That's exactly who I'm looking for. So again, you know what? It's all about, you're dealing with those cynics and those skeptics. The cynics I don't waste time with. Now, skeptics, what you have to understand is everybody's a skeptic, right? If somebody knocked on my door right now, I'd walk out, I'd look out the window, and if they were holding a clipboard in their hand, I'd be like, oh man, what's this person trying to sell me? If you think about it, from the time that we wake up in the morning, we get pitched, right? You wake up in the morning, what do? You get in the car, turn on the radio. What happens? You start getting pitched. All kinds of advertisements coming at you. You look up, driving down the road, what do you see? Oh, there's a billboard. Come to this place for dinner. Come here. You're getting pitched. You get to the office and you log in, you open up your email, what happens? You're getting pitched, right? So what happens is we've learned to be skeptical. So what you have to understand is that everybody's a skeptic. And that's why it's so important that we take people through the proper process so that they are not forming an opinion based on just their preconceived notions of what they think this industry is. Let me tell you something. What most people think this industry is that they're going to have to call up all their friends and immediately try to do some sales pitch to get them to buy a product. They think they're going to have to invite all their friends over to their house on Tuesday night, mix up banana-flavored shakes, and tell them a story. That's what most people think network marketing is, and that's why they stay away from it. So again, I know I'm getting off on a tangent here a little bit, but everyone has the ability to go reach Team Developer in 7 days. All right, so why reach Team Developer in 7 days? Here's why. Because you create the pace for your team, right? Which is big money. If you go out and you hit a nice check in the first 7 days, let me tell you something. The most powerful words in network marketing are, man, if I can do it, you can do it too. If I can do this, you can do it. Scotty, if I can do this, you can do this, man. There's nothing more powerful than looking somebody in the eye and saying that. Building fast with our system is the number one key to momentum. It's very easy to earn $1,000 or more in your first 7 days if you just commit to the process. You just commit to the process. You marry the process, you divorce the results. Right? I'm just going to follow the system. This person's not interested. Okay, boom, divorce the result. This person's not interested. Boom, divorce the result. You marry the process, divorce the results. Team Developer in 7 days. It sets you up for diamond and it allows you to maximize that Team Developer bonus pool. Okay, so this chart right here is extremely important. It's extremely valuable. How are you going to get to diamond? Very simple. You need to fill this chart out as soon as possible. You're going to go recruit 6 people with a family pack or a premium pack. Okay, or you're going to recruit 2 people and help them to find their 2 each with a family pack, and you're going to continue to duplicate that process. How do you do that? Very simple. Send the video out to 120 people with the proper follow-up and follow-through. Remember we were talking about just talking to 4 or 5 people, right? Let me get back to that story. So 4 or 5, most people talk to 4 or 5 people. Those people come back, they form an opinion. The opinion's not based on all the facts, and so what happens? Those people say, no, thank you, not interested. Oh, I don't have the money. Ooh, I don't have the time, right? Why? Because you haven't built the value. It's the process. It's the system that builds the value. So now, here's what happens. The amateur in network marketing goes, I've talked to everybody. Nobody's interested in this. Right? I don't know what to do. I've talked to everybody. No one wants to join my team. Nobody wants to join my business. No, it's not the reality. It's a numbers game. 1 in 10. If you're bad in this business, even 1 in 10 So you got to go send that video out to 120 people. I could go, now here's the thing. I could go send that video out to 120 people over the next year, next 2 years, or I could go send that video out to 120 people this week. Dave, is it going to produce the same results? They're both 120 people. No, it's not going to produce the same results. Why not? It's 120 people. If I talk to just a couple of people a month for the next 30 months, I'll get to 120. No. It's about creating momentum. Okay, 6 personally enrolled family packs. It's $810 right there, guys, right out of the gate. And if these 6 follow the pace that you set, TD in 7 days, you earn 18 shares in the bonus pool. What's 18 shares times $280? So wait. Let's just add that up here real quick. 18 times $280, that's $5,040. Okay? Plus your 3 shares for qualifying for team developer yourself, that's 21 shares. And if everybody did family pack, you'd be a diamond with 11,130 in sales volume in each leg. That's another 200. I don't know what happened there. I lost my presentation. Hang on a second. That's another $2,226. Guys, you'll earn over $5,000 that week. And you're going to get 3 generations of check matching bonuses. That is the key. This chart is gold. All right. Let's keep it rolling. Hang on a second here. Let me scroll out of that. All right. All right. Before we go into the 4 steps, here we go. We're going to get into Team Developer Fast. Here are a few resources that I want to make sure that everybody is aware of. Number 1, if you are not on cnworldgn.com, it's the #1 best resource site that Chad and Natita put together for our entire organization. Go there and subscribe now. Every day somebody asks a question in one of our chats or one of our groups about where they can find this presentation, where they can find this information. 90% of that information is right here at cnworldgn.com. Okay, so ask your sponsor to also add you to whatever Facebook community that their team is promoting. So, whatever team is out there that you're a part of, make sure that you are a member of those groups. And not just a member of those groups, that you're participating in those groups, that you are active, that you are present. It's not just getting in. And the other thing is it's important to check those groups at least once or twice a day because there's constantly new information that's coming out. You got to stay plugged in. Right, we talked about this earlier. Your belief is either growing or it's going backwards. One of the keys to your belief growing and your excitement growing is staying plugged into the information. So make sure that you're part of whatever Facebook group or whatever WhatsApp chat that your team is offering. Make sure that you ask your upline sponsor about that. Number 3, Hilo.life is a free site with all of the videos. Hilo.life is a platform that allows you to be able to, it's got all kinds of wonderful sales pages that you can go out and share with your prospects. It's got all kinds of pre-written text messages that are already in there that allow you to be able to text those text messages out. It's got a brand new starting training system so that as you bring people into the business, you immediately can say, okay, great, here's what I need you to do. I need you to go to my site. I want you to watch the Getting Started training, and it will notify you as soon as they've done it. So there's all kinds of information here. So go to the Hilo.life site. You can sign up for that site. I think it's like $30-40 a month, which is nominal when it comes to overhead to run a business. And this is a fantastic resource for you to be able to create duplication in your organization. Okay, and any further support or questions you have can most often be found by connecting with your upline's Facebook group. So now from there, what we're going to talk about is the baseball diamond. Okay, we're going to talk about the system for a moment. In baseball, if you were to walk up to home plate and your objective was to hit a home run, meaning you were swinging for the fences, you would strike out 9 out of 10 times. You might get a hold of one every now and then, but I promise you the pitcher's going to get your number. They're going to start throwing you some off-speed pitches, and you know what? Chances are they're going to strike you out more often than not. And 100% is not enough to be on the ball field. Now, 100% in this game, 100% will at least still get you 1 in 10, but we want to improve those skills. Okay, so we're going to talk about how you do that. See, the key in baseball is if you go up to home plate and you focus on just getting on base, shortening up that swing and just getting on base, you're going to move that average up to 300, maybe even 400. And guess what? You're still going to get a hold of one and hit it out of the park. But let me tell you what most people do in network marketing. Most people, on that first initial contact, which is first base for us, or even home plate, the 2-minute video, here's what most people do. Most people want to have the big conversation right up front. It's, hey, Gaz, listen, I just joined this business. I'm so excited. It's called World Global Network. It's a brand new technology company. The stock's going through the roof. They've got a product called the Hilo. You know what it stands for? Health and Lifestyle Oracle. It's like a Fitbit on steroids, man. This thing can do everything from blood pressure to EKG, remotely monitor people that you love and care about most. You know what? It's going to have blood sugar pretty soon, and it's going to have, the ability to be able to monitor your blood alcohol levels. This thing will even, get rid of mosquitoes. And it's like, and the other person on the other end of the line is like, whoa, calm down for a second, right? And here's what they're doing. They're immediately going, one of those things, network marketing. Nope, don't want to call my friends and have to get them to buy a product of mine. No, thank you. Nope, don't want to invite my friends over to my house and have Hilo parties. No, thanks, not interested. Bye-bye. That's what happens, right? People form an opinion, but it's not based on all the facts. It's based on their preconceived notions of this business model. It's the most misunderstood business model in the world. If you want to be a professional, you have to learn to navigate around the initial skepticism. It's like a boxer walking out in the first round. They got their guard up, right? They're ready to go. They got their guard up. So to most people, when you go and talk to them, they're busy, they're stressed, they're inside their own heads. They're trying to figure out how they're going to make their car payment. They're stressed out about this or that. And you come at them with some crazy scheme in their minds, and they immediately shut you down. I don't have time. Don't have the money, right? That's what you hear. What you have to understand is people are more willing to agree to do something small before they agree to do something much bigger. There was a study that was done in England on this. They went to an initial group of homes. They knocked on the door. They had a big, ugly sign. The sign said, slow down, children are playing. They go to each home, knock on the homeowner and say, listen, we're trying to do good. Would it be okay if we put this big sign in your yard that says, slow down, children are playing? And one by one, the homeowners looked at that sign and said, I don't want that ugly sign in my yard. And so unfortunately, very few people, a very small percentage, a few percent of the people even said yes. They went to a second group of homes with a much smaller, non-obtrusive sign, knocked on doors and said the same thing, trying to do good. Would it be okay if we put this small sign in your yard that says, slow down, children are playing? This time, they had about 40% of the homeowners that agreed to let them put the smaller sign in their yard. But here's the fascinating statistic. They went back to those same homeowners 30 days later and said, man, that small sign's just too small. People driving by can't see it. Would it be okay if we put this bigger sign in your yard? Guess what? 60% of the homeowners that said yes to the small sign first now agreed to take a look at the bigger sign, or agreed to let them use the bigger sign in their yard. What does that tell us? People are more willing to agree to do something small before they agree to do something much bigger. When you approach someone and you try to give them all the information, you try to sell them facts and features about this Hilo, or if you try to sell them this opportunity based on hype, got to get in now, got to get your spot, just launched my business. You know what? This thing's going to the moon. We're going to hit $1 billion faster than any other company, network, blah, 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 right? That's all we're doing is a big, ugly sign. Can I put this big, ugly sign in your front yard? No. So you got to go through a process. And for us, the 2-minute video is that process. That's where it all starts. That's the small sign, okay? So let's jump right into it. Sharing the 2-minute video. This may be the most fun part of going team developer. In your first 24 hours, like as in today, I'm talking about today, right now, okay? Don't wait. Don't go, okay, yeah, this all sounds good. I'm going to get started on Monday. No. There's no better time than the present to realize your dreams, your goals, your future. Do it today, right now. Set aside an hour. Are your dreams worth it? Are your dreams really worth it? Like, hello, is your dream worth it? Okay, you're going to make a names list, and you're going to share the 2-minute video with a minimum of 24 people today. 12 of your closest friends and family, and 12 people who are business-minded, those influencers, or maybe they have MLM experience. And in the next 72 hours, you're going to send 2-minute video out to 75 to 100 people. That's the difference between starting a business and launching a business, guys. The amateur talks to 3 or 4 or 5 people. The professional launches their business. It's like an airplane going down a runway. If it's going down a runway at 10 miles an hour, it's going to get to the end of the runway eventually. If it's going at 60 miles an hour, it's going to get down there a little bit faster. It's still not going to get off the ground. It's going at 100 miles an hour. It's going to get down there much faster, probably run into the wall. It's going to take, 150, 100, I don't even know. Maybe some pilots can tell me, but it's definitely going to take, full max throttle to get that plane off of the ground, and that's what it takes. But you can still do this part-time. We're not talking about full-time versus part-time. We're just talking about a commitment to launch your business. If you are committed to launching your business, or if you've never done this and you're committed to relaunching your business, say I. Say I in the comment section. If you are truly committed to launching your business, if you've never done this before, you're truly committed to the process, say I in the comment section. Okay? Now, you will contact via text phone call, or social media. You can use our scripts as framework, and the key is to simply be yourself. Don't be me, okay? Don't be Ramasio. It's hard to be Ramasio. He's just like energy, and he's Ramasio's Ramasio. I can't be Ramasio, no matter how much I try. Okay? You gotta be yourself. You gotta be yourself. You're also going to choose you can use your Hilo.life app on your phone, which provides the notification and the tracking when they click the link in your text. And it also has a pre-written text message that you can choose to use. You may also find some additional scripts in some of the private Facebook groups with your upline leadership. You know, I had a couple of different scripts that I used. I came up with about 5. Why? Because one size doesn't fit all. So let me tell you something. First thing you need to understand is you never send an unsolicited link. Why? That's called spam. I'm never going to say, hey, you got to see this right now. Click here. Never going to do that. I never send an unsolicited link. Right? The 4 most powerful words in network marketing that you can ever use are if I would you. You know, if I came up to each and every one of you today and I said, listen, if I were to give you this marketer, if I were to give you this, and I have it. But if I held on to it and I kept it in my head and said, listen, if I were to give you this Expo marker, would you be willing to try it out and just let me know what you think? But I still held on to it. What I'm saying is I'm not going to give this to you unless you give it to me in return, agree to do something in return. That conveys value in the information that I'm sharing with you. It conveys that I value this information. This is important to me. And if I give it to you, would you be willing to try this out and just let me know what you think? Right? You see, the key is never send an unsolicited link. Always get permission first. You know, when I text message my friends, I used a couple of different scripts. One of the scripts that I use, I call it the Girl Scout cookie approach. It works extremely well. You know, when if I were to call any one of those people that are on my top 50, they're all, people that I care about, people that I love. If I called them and told them that one of my daughters was selling Girl Scout cookies and we needed some help for her to reach a goal, they'd be on it. They'd buy them in a heartbeat. Why? They might like Thin Mints and Samoas, but in all reality, they're doing it because they want to help. So I use the same strategy. So I texted in, my friends, I just said, hey, listen, Richie, text me back when you get a minute. And I need a favor, and I was hoping you could help. He's like, sure, what's up? What can I do to help? Now, why did I do that first? Because I wanted to get his attention, and I wanted to know that he was on the other end of the line. So once he texted back, I came back and texted again, and I said, hey, listen, just got involved in a technology company. Stock's climbing through the roof. I believe there's a window of opportunity to make some money here. If I sent you a 2-minute video, would you be willing to watch it and listen to this and give me 2 to 3 minutes of your time just to answer a couple of easy questions about a project I'm working on? What would you say? If a good friend reached out to you and said that, what would you say? Now, that was one of my scripts I used for more professional-oriented or business colleagues that I had. Some of the people that that are close friends of mine, I asked them right up front. I said, listen, if there was a way for you and I to go make some serious money over the next 12 to 24 months, would you want to know about it? They come back, yes. I've never had anybody say, no, thanks, Travis. I'm making so much money I can't afford to spend it all, but thanks for asking. No, I've never had anybody say that. So just simple. They said, yes. I said, great. And then I come back, if I send you a 2-minute video, would you be willing to take a look at it? And just give me a couple of minutes of your time to answer a couple of easy questions about a project I'm working on. Sure, send it over. That's it. That's all I'm doing. Just sharing the 2-minute video. My objective, knowing your role. Again, know your role. When I launched my business, my role was to get 50 people to a 2-minute video as quickly as possible. Now, if I were having a conversation with someone, I would just ask them, hey, listen, if there was a $34 billion market, emerging market that's happening over the next 36 months, there's a way for you and I to be able to capitalize on that trend. Would you want to know about it? Yes? Great. Listen, if I were to send you a 2-minute video, would you be willing to take a look at it? Let me know what you think. Now, what you have to understand is if they say yes, doesn't mean they're necessarily going to watch it. Some of you probably have learned that. So you have to take it a little bit further. There's open language and closed language. I'd say, well, great. When do you think you might be able to watch it? I could look at it tonight. Oh, okay, cool. So if I called you tomorrow, you'll have had a chance to watch it? Yes. Great. What time tomorrow is best for you? 10? Great. Got to go. See you later. Bye-bye. And now I have a set appointment. That's what professionals do. If I just say, hey, if I send you a 2-minute video, will you watch it? And they say, yeah. I say, cool, here, check this out. Let me know what you think. They might text me back and go, cool product, thanks. Now I'm going, okay, now what do I do? Right? Some of you have probably done that before. You got to use closed language. So again, and texting for me was the best platform because I could get in front of more people. If you call 50 people, it might take a week. If you text 50 people, you're in front of 80 to 90% of them within a few hours. Okay? Step number 1, take massive action on day 1. You're in the business. You just launched. Okay? Hey, John, Put your eyes on this wearable technology from a business perspective. I'm warning you in advance, you may lose some sleep once you watch this 2-minute video. If I send it over, will you watch it? Right? Hi, Mary. Have you seen this new wearable technology on the news? Game changer. Put your business hat on and check this 2-minute video out. If I send it to you, will you watch it? To a friend, product focus text. Joe, you got to see this 2-minute video. Tell them you're excited about it. Let them know what you think. Again, it's just to get them to watch the 2-minute video. Share the 2-minute video, okay? Goal is TD fast. Knock out those text messages as quickly as you can. Share that video, okay? So we've got 2-minute down. Now from there, simple follow-up, okay? This is the number one reason I love having a tracking system for the videos. Now there's a good chance some of your contacts will actually message you back right away. When I sent those 2-minute messages out, I had a lot of people that were messaging me back. They wanted to talk to me. But either way, your follow-up is the key. Hey, listen, I saw that you checked out that video that I sent you. What did you like most about the Hilo? Now, my opinion, you should do this in person, not in a text. I believe that you should do this over the phone. I think you should have this conversation over the phone. Why? Because we're in the business of contagious enthusiasm. It creates excitement. You can text out the 2-minute video, but when you follow up, I like to follow up in person. Okay? I like to follow up in person. And I typically just ask them, hey, did you watch? I always start off every conversation the same way. Hey, man, I'm in a hurry. I'm glad that I caught you. I've only got a quick minute. Now, why do I say that? Because it conveys urgency. Without a sense of urgency, all value is lost. I'm excited. I'm motivated. I want them to know that I don't have time to answer questions. I don't want them to start asking questions and I start answering them and open up a can of worms. So, hey, listen, I'm glad that I caught you. I've only got a quick minute. Hey, did you get a chance to watch that 2-minute video that I sent you? Yes? Great. What did you like best? Notice I didn't say, what did you think? I said, what did you like best? Because when I say, what did you like best, they're going to respond with a positive response. They're going to say, hey, man, I love that SOS feature. Listen, I couldn't agree with you more. And then from there, it's, hey, listen, let me ask you a question. I believe there's a window of opportunity here for you and I to go make some serious money. My business partners and I are having a very important business meeting tonight at 6 o'clock Pacific, 9 Eastern, where we're going to be going over the details of that overview. I'm inviting a handful of my friends that I trust and respect to listen in. Now, listen, it doesn't matter to me at all if you choose to get involved, but it does matter that you take a look because you're my friend. And the last thing that I want is for you to come back a year from now and say, why didn't you tell me about this? So if I were to send you the details of that overview that's happening tonight, would you be willing to listen in and just let me know what you think? Do you see what I did there, guys? I created urgency, but I also I took the pressure off. Hey, listen, number one, did you watch it? Yes. What did you like best? The SOS feature. Man, I couldn't agree with you more. Hey, listen, there was a $34 billion emerging market that was happening right now, and we had a chance to be able to capitalize on that. Would you want to know about it? Yes. Okay, great. Well, listen. Or you can just be simple about it. 1, 2, 3. Did you watch it? Yes. What'd you like best? And let me ask you a question. Are you open right now to making more money? They say yes. Great. Here's why I ask. I believe there's a window of opportunity for us to go make some money with this Hilo. Now, tonight, my business partners and I are having a very important meeting. I'm inviting a handful of my friends that I trust and respect to listen in. Doesn't matter to me if you choose to get involved or not, but it does matter that you take a look. You're my friend. The last thing I want, Ramasio, is for you to come back to me a year from now and say, why didn't you tell me about this? Why didn't you? So listen, if I can reserve a seat for you on that presentation, would you be willing to be a fly on the wall? Just let me know what you think. All I'm doing is moving them around the bases. 2-minute video, now moving them to the next. Right? I'm just moving them around the business. Simple follow-ups, okay? All day long, just simple follow-ups. Okay, let's talk about the hyperspeed launch for a moment. This option is not for everybody, but for those that have the influence and credibility to execute this play, it's without a doubt the fastest way to start your business. Instead of inviting them to view the presentation on your site, you'll actually invite them to a private launch webinar, either with your sponsor or one of your leaders in your upline. This is for those who say, I absolutely can get 10 or more people on a private webinar. It's very important that they see the 2-minute video and the 7-minute video prior to the webinar, but these are for those influencers, okay? We can also do this with a launch call, which is something that's been very popular right now. I'm doing a lot of launch calls. I'm following Ramasio's footsteps, and we're doing 10 launch calls a day right now in our organization. So this is another way that you can do it as well. So again, it's literally 2-minute video. You follow up. You put them in front of the 7-minute presentation, the 30-minute presentation, and basically from there you answer their questions. And how do I do that? I usually bring a third party into the equation. I bring somebody else into the equation that's going to help answer some questions. It's going to validate the opportunity. And let me explain to you guys why this is so important. And we're going to wrap this up here in just a moment because I know I'm getting a little bit long, but I want to explain to you why this system is so important, okay? The system is important because if I take people through the process the right way, listen to what I can say to them. I can say, hey, listen, let me ask you a question. If you knew that you weren't going to have to call your friends or your family members or your colleagues and try to sell them a helo, if you knew that we were not going to have to call your friends or your family members and try to convince them to join this business, could you put together another names list or put together a names list of some other sharp professionals like yourself? Yes, boom, I check that off. Okay, great. Now, for those people that are on that list, could you send them a pre-written text message inviting them to take a look at a 2-minute video? Well, yeah, I could do that all day long. Okay, great, check. All right, for those people that watch that 2-minute video and that 7-minute video that want more information, could you plug them into an overview that's done for you on a regular basis that you could simply plug into? Well, yeah, I could do that. Okay, check. And then for those people that watch that 30-minute presentation and have questions, could you introduce them to your upline leaders or somebody like myself? Well, yeah, I could do that. Check. Congratulations. Then you have all the skills that you need to be successful in network marketing. You see, what happens is throughout this process, that boxer that we talked about earlier, their hands are starting to go down. They come in still with a 2-minute, yeah, I'll watch a 2-minute video, but I don't want to see anything more than that. And then what happens from there? From there, what happens is they watch the 2-minute video, and then maybe they watch a 7-minute video. They go to the 30-minute presentation, and now the 30-minute presentation, think about what happens on that 30-minute presentation. They start to hear. They hear all the facts, right? They start to hear $34 billion emerging trend, partnered with Toshiba. This is the first company to ever do anything like this before. Stocks climbing through the roof. We're open in 195 countries. They start to hear all of these things. And they start to hear, we just launched October 22nd in North America. And now what's happening? Now their guard starts to come down. And guess what? Now they have questions, and behind those questions are a sincere interest, right? Now you have a sincere interest. We see a large majority of the people who are ready to enroll after the webinar. This is another reason why we like the tracking systems. It lets you know that your prospect is watching the webinars, okay? And then you just get them enrolled into the business. Let's connect. You got to connect. Success loves speed. Without a sense of urgency, all value is lost. The key is to get them in front of as many exposures as you can in as short a period of time as possible. Let's connect right after that presentation. So again, guys, I'm just moving them around the bases. I'm letting the system build the value. At no time did I ever explain the helo. At no time did I ever try to convince them to join my business. It's the system that builds the value. And let me tell you something, and I want you to write this down. Dollars always follow value. It's the system and the process that builds the value. The end result is I want somebody to make a well-informed decision based on the facts. Whether they want to be a customer, a business builder, or they're not interested, truly is not my concern. Of course, I want those things to happen, but remember, marry the process, divorce the result. I know that if I stick to the process and I put the numbers in, I put the work in, the results will come. The right people will come to me because of who I am, the value that I bring to the table, and because of the ability that my opportunity has to be able to change their life. You got it? Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down? All right, so I think we've kind of jumped forward a little bit. I'm going to keep going here a little bit because I'm getting through it. So 557 system, recap again. Start your business with the family or premium pack. Become a team builder in 24 to 48 hours. Become a team developer in your first 7 days. Enroll a minimum of 5 on your left and right and help those 10 become a team developer. Guys, that's it. That's what we're talking about here, okay? That's all we're talking about. Just the 557 over and over and over again. I can promise you this. We have some of the best leadership, not just some of. We have the best leadership in network marketing. I can sincerely say that. I've been involved in companies where they bring you into the business and they say, okay, here's our product. Go out and sell it, promote it, market it. Go out and sell it, promote it. Just get it out there. And you know, there's no system. Let me tell you, if we were all in a big pool, right? Imagine all of us are in this big pool and we're just all jumping around in the pool. We're trying to get things going. We're just creating a bunch of waves and splashes, little waves here and there. But if we could get everybody in that pool going in the same direction, saying the same things, doing the same things, what happens is eventually, if we're all going around the outside of the pool, what happens? It starts to create a whirlpool effect, right? It starts to create momentum. And as new people get dropped into the pool, what happens? They get picked up by that momentum. Nat and Shanita, Chad and Natita. Say that fast over and over. It took me a while to be able to say their names back to back. Chad and Natita, Nat and Shanita, Ramasio, Mike Sims, Jeremy Roma. Guys, they set the stage. They have put the system in place. They're making millions and millions of dollars doing this. I remember when I first met with Chad and Tita, and I said, how are you guys building this business? And Tita goes, that's the thing. We had 4 months. They've been in the business 4 or 5 months. We haven't even done one opportunity meeting, one presentation. Like, we literally are just doing Zooms all the time. And I'm just like, so no presentations. Like, you mean that my feet do not have to touch someone's living room carpet? And he's like, no. Like, literally, we're sharing 2-minute videos and then just doing this. Do you guys realize the beauty of that? And then when you take this, I could just keep going on and on. I'm going to wrap up, I promise. You take this product that evokes a positive emotional experience. Think about it. When somebody watches a 2-minute video, what happens? They immediately think, well, this is an interesting product. But then here's where the magic is. They immediately think of somebody that they love and care about that needs this product. My mom needs this. My dad needs this. My children, I want them wearing this because of the SOS feature. That, my friends, is where the magic is. And when you have a product that evokes a positive emotional experience to the point where people want to go and share a 2-minute video without even being involved in an opportunity, that's what creates velocity marketing. Velocity marketing is where you have an idea or a concept or a product that goes from no one knowing about it to everyone knowing about it. Do you guys realize we just launched this business 6 weeks ago? No one knows about this. I promise you, you call 100 people on your phone, maybe a few of them might have heard of the Hilo. But I promise you, over the next 1 to 2 years, we're going to go from everyone knowing about this to everyone knowing about this. And the people that choose to take action today, not tomorrow, not Monday, not Tuesday, today, right now, have the ability to be able to transform their life. I want you guys to know that I'm all in here. Like, I'm all in. This is my livelihood. This is what Summer and I do full time. Like, we're not doing this is it. This is my focus. We are committed to the success of each and every one of you, just as all of the other leaders are in this organization. So with that, I want to say thank you very much for tuning in. I have my on full screen. I didn't even get a chance to look at some of the chat buttons going on here, but I want to say thank you guys very much for everybody that tuned in today. If you have some questions, get back with your upline leaders. And I think that we're going to close on that note. All in. All right. So who's all in here? So let me look at some of these. Tina Hall is all in. All right. Gaz, hope everyone is fired and ready to take some massive action. Holly Lamar says, what about people that you are not close to? You know what? People that you're not close to, it's still the same approach. You're still putting them in front of a 2-minute video. You're still asking them if they've heard of the Hilo. If they say no, you're just saying, listen, if I sent you a 2-minute video, would you be willing to take a look at it and let me know what you think? There's some different scripts that are out there. Get with your upline leaders, because it's all about different scripts and different approaches depending on the people that you know. Let's see. Any other questions in here? I don't think so. Very true about skeptics. All right. Good deal. All right, guys. Well, listen, I'm out of here for the day. I want to say thank you so much for all of you guys being here. I appreciate being a part of this amazing leadership team. I'm grateful for the opportunity. My name is Travis Flaherty. I'm a world changer, and I'm out of here. Thank you guys very much. Take care.